RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Meridian Bank, large enough to serve all your banking needs, small enough to care about you. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Weber Chevrolet, online at WeberGraniteCityChevy.com. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
Senior night recognition of the Alton High School varsity football team. On your left, starting off, Stephen Barton, the son of Matt and Barb Barton. Kyle Bradshaw, the son of Jane and Steve Bradshaw. Chris Quanto, the son of Dennis and Ron Quanto. Matt Douglas, the son of Bill and Tina Douglas. Brendan Drake, the son of Chantel Gaston. DeMarco Hodges, the son of Carla Stiff. Willie Huff, being escorted by family member Angela Scott. Drew Yale, the son of Tony and Beth Yale. Kenny Jones, the son of Peter Brown. William Jones, the son of James Jones and Sharon Copeland. Alex Llewellyn, the son of Christopher and Christine Llewellyn. Billy Nitzemer, the son of Bill and Nancy Nitzemer. Dominique Robinson, the son of Lakeisha Slack and Crystal and Kevin Johnson. Jarvis Smith, the son of Cedric and Patricia Mack. And David Willings, the son of Kim Willings and Linda Willings. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alton High School senior members of the Alton High School varsity football team.
All right, players, you guys are going to
We now introduce senior members of the Alton High School varsity 100. They are John Accord, the son of John and Georgia Accord. Andy Banger, the son of Susan Banger. Justin Bannister, the son of Jeff and Lene Bannister. Josh Booth, the son of Don and Kim Booth. Abigail Cash, the daughter of Ray and Tammy Cash. Alicia Cater, the daughter of Tom and Tricia Cater. Christine Corzine, the daughter of Jeff and Sherry Corzine. Emily Davis, the daughter of Mike and Debbie Davis. Claire Drillinger, the daughter of David and Gail Drillinger. Jessica Feely, the daughter of Jenna Feely. Julie Hausman, the daughter of Mark and Jerry Hausman. Caitlin Hildebrand, the daughter of John and Susan Hildebrand. Alexandra Hughes, the daughter of Frank and Patty Hughes. Daniel Inlow, the son of Jim and Nancy Inlow. Savannah Lampley, the daughter of James and Kim Lampley. Melissa Landon, the daughter of Mark and Debbie Landon. Caitlin Lemon, the daughter of Mark and Kelly Lemon. Tyler Odell, the son of Marlene Odell. Jonathan Mawson, the son of Stephen and Diana Mawson. Kyle Montgomery, the son of Mike and Dawn Montgomery. Emma Moore, the daughter of Jeff and Legine Moore. Kaylee Painter, the daughter of Barbara Painter. Alyssa Poindexter, the daughter of George and Carla Poindexter. Jared Smith, the son of Felicia Denton. Juliana Swanson, the daughter of Chuck and Pam Swanson. Erica Thompson, the daughter of William and Barbara Thompson. Rachel Trout, the daughter of Pauline Trout. Cassie Wagner, the daughter of John and Cindy Wagner. Josh Wunderlich, the son of Ken and Linda Wunderlich. And Timothy Zimmerman, the daughter and son of David and Jane Zimmerman. Ladies and gentlemen, senior members of the Marching 100. Now, ladies and gentlemen, senior members of the Alton High School Junior ROTC. Ryan Huber, the son of Rick and Janet Huber. Monty Newhouse, the son of Monty and Sarah Newhouse. Greg Stites, the son of Vic and Laura Stites. And Sam Watt, the son of Jeanette and Quincy Watt. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior members of the Alton High School Junior ROTC. And now senior members of the Alton High School varsity cheerleading team. They are Tasha Haynes, the daughter of Crystal Borland and Charles Love. Leah Hendricks, the daughter of Andy and Renee Hendricks. Colby Higgins, the daughter of Bruce and Terry Higgins. Sarah Kester, the daughter of Brent Kester and Nancy Kester. Mackenzie King, the daughter of Wayne and Dana King. Katrina Mitchell, the daughter of Karen and James Lovett. Ashley Piper, the daughter of John and Judy Piper. Kayla Schultz, the daughter of Steve Schultz and Tony Prater. And Erin White, the daughter of Christine and Mark White. Senior members of the Alton High School varsity cheerleading team. And now the senior members of the Alton High School varsity dance squad. They are Kirsten Beasley, the daughter of Gregory and Annette Beasley. Leah Smith, the daughter of Denny and Tammy Smith. And Rachel Kirby, the daughter of Vernon and Joanne Kirby. Ladies and gentlemen, senior members of the Alton High School varsity dance team. How about a nice round of applause for all the senior members of Alton High School and their families and attendees here tonight on senior night. Thank you.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Here comes your Alton Redbirds!
Hey, John Moore. Hey, I just got to tell you, I called Scott. He's got a feed there. He's back.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
Another big day of football tomorrow, and we started all here tonight with a doubleheader, and with the Alton Redbirds hosting the Collinsville Jayhawks, who are just about ready to kick things off here at Public School Stadium. The Redbirds with a couple men back deep for them, standing at about their 5-yard line. The kick going to sail short, though, off of an Alton player. They'll cover up on it at about the 30, and the Redbirds going to have pretty good field position to start at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, not a very deep kick there to start the game, and the receiver for Alton mishandled the ball, but was able to jump on top of it and keep it and start at their own 30.
So the Redbirds will be on offense first, and a tough assignment for them tonight against a tough Collinsville K-Hawk team who wears purple pants with white jerseys and purple numbers. The Redbirds with the red jerseys and gray pants. And they line up in that double tight double wing. A single back directly behind the quarterback who will pitch it to the wing back coming around, who crosses the line of scrimmage, spins, and makes his way to just shy of the 35. A good run on first down of about 4 yards.
Yeah, he did a nice job of turning the corner there and making a little spin move to gain about 4 yards on the carry.
Like Kenny Jones on the carry that time for the Alton Redbirds. Devin Williams over to the sideline, the Alton Redbird quarterback, the junior, gets the play and brings it back to the huddle, lines his troops up in that double tight double wing. Climbs under center, sends a man in motion, the wing back, and he'll take the pitch. He'll turn it upfield at the 35, sticks his head down, works his way to the 37. That's going to bring up a third down and short situation now for the Redbirds.
Another tough run there by the Alton High running back. I believe that was Womack, number 23 on that carry. Was able to get through the line, put his head down, and run over the linebacker for another extra yard.
Jacoby Womack on the carry, the junior, 5'9", 160-pounder. As the Redbirds break huddle, they face third down and 3. The ball just across the 35 at about the 37-yard line. Man in motion, and they'll run the counter play back inside, first down running room, and the Redbirds almost break free, but taken down from behind is Jones at about the midfield stripe.
It was a great play call there by Coach Hook on that third down play. The defense went with Kenny Jones. It looked like he was going to take the pitch outside, and they stuffed it in the gut of Womack. He took it up the middle for a big gain for the Redbirds.
Into Collinsville territory, first down and 10 for the K-Hawks. Just underway, first quarter action. The Redbirds come to the line, double tight, double wing again. Williams looks over the defense, climbs under center, sends a man in motion, that's Jones. And they will hand it off to the fullback, who will pound his way forward for a couple. Not much there, but picks up a couple on first down. That's Dominic Robinson, the senior. 5'6", 244 pounds. Fire plug there.
K-Hawk defense did a nice job of bottling that play up. Didn't have much of a chance to go there from the start. But like you said, he put his head down and made something out of nothing.
Second down and 8 now for the Redbirds. From the Collinsville 47, Jones in motion again, and they'll hand it off to him. Jones with running room across the 45, spins, gets to the 40, and picks up a couple more. That was actually Womack on the carry, Jacoby Womack, number 23, and he made good second effort as he got hit at the 45, but ends up working his way across the 40 up to about the 38. Another Redbird first down.
Womack did a good job there after he took the handoff of taking his time, letting the hole open up. Once that hole opened up, he hit it as hard as he could, and he was right up the middle.
First down and 10 for the Redbirds as they move the chains again now from the 38-yard line. Double tight, double wing again. Williams will send Womack in motion. He'll take the pitch and then hand it back to Jones. Jones inside at the 35. Works his way to the 30. Still on his feet. Crossing the 30-yard line. Will be stopped shy of the first down, but a nice run on first down for the Redbirds.
A little bit of misdirection there once again from Coach Hook. As looked like they handed it off to Womack, who then stuffed it to Kenny Jones there on a reverse. They're doing a good job here of crossing up the K-Hawk defense and with the two running backs.
Second down and 1 from the 29-yard line for the Redbirds. They continue to move the football well here early on as Williams sends man in motion, Womack. Womack takes the handoff. First down, running room. He crosses the 25, stacked up there. The Redbirds will move the chains again at the 8:45 mark of the first quarter. Jacoby Womack on the carry that time to pick up a Redbird first down. Another Redbird first down.
It was more of a straight-ahead run there. The offensive line of the Alton Redbirds did a great job of getting off the ball and pushing that defensive line back a few yards to give them that room.
Williams under center, sends a man in motion. That's Jones, hands it off right up the gut. Big number 22 puts down his head and works his way across the 15-yard line. And a good run once again on first down for the Redbirds as they hand it off to Dominic Robinson, the senior, that time. A nice hole to run through. Looked like he hurdled a player through that hole, but then found some running room to the 15. Another first down for the Redbirds.
Yeah, the big guy Robinson showing some athleticism there, being able to hurdle that first tackler, jump right over him.
Robinson lines up directly behind Williams in motion. That's Womack. He'll take the handoff. Crossing the 15, picks up a couple to about the 12-yard line. And that'll bring up second down for the Redbirds. Second down at about 8. We come up on the 8-minute mark of quarter number 1. Redbirds in that double tight, double wing again. Robinson lines up behind Williams. They send Jones in motion. And the handoff will go up the middle. Robinson will rumble, bumble, stumble into the end zone untouched. As the fire plug puts 6 on the board for the Redbirds.
Once again, the defense was looking for Kenny Jones, it seems, to have the ball coming around the end there. And it was in the belly of the big fullback Robinson right up the middle. And huge hole, untouched, and just walked his way into the end zone.
Dominic Robinson, the senior, on senior night, puts the first 6 on the board for the Redbirds, as now they'll set up for the extra point with Williams to hold for number 8. David Willings, the senior, 6'3", 170-pound kicker. Looking to tack one on. Kicks it up on the way, and it's good. And the Redbirds jump out in front at the 7:40 mark of quarter number 1. They lead the Collinsville Jayhawks 7-0. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital, we're part of the team.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tab. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tab, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. The Redbirds strike first. They're out in front 7-0 on a 13-yard run by Robinson. And the kickoff from the Redbirds will send the return man for Collinsville to the 2. He's across the 5 up to the 10. At the 15, takes a hit, spins forward and works his way to about the 18. And that's for Collinsville, who will start first and 10.
Well, I don't think Coach Hook and the Alton Redbirds could have asked to start this game any better than what they did. They had a terrific drive, 70-yard drive without even throwing the ball one time. A great mix of the 3 running backs of Robinson, Womack, and Kenny Jones, getting everybody involved early and often, and it led to a 7-0 lead.
Took about 4.5 minutes to complete the drive, a steady drive that was capped off with the Robinson run. And now the Jayhawks have it first and 10 from the shotgun, and flags fly as the ball snapped. Jayhawks led by Javon Hawkins, a senior at 5'9", 165 pounds, and he leads this team in passing and rushing. Outstanding athlete for the Jayhawks.
He's got nearly 1,200 yards passing on the year, 431 yards rushing, 17 total touchdowns.
He'll stand in the shotgun with a back directly behind him. He's going to roll out to the left. Pressure. Gets away and hit again. Now still on his feet. Works his way forward to the 15. Spun and knocked down at about the 19-yard line. Ends up picking up only about a yard or so after almost losing about 15.
Yeah, from the first play right there, the Redbirds get an idea of what they're in store for tonight with Hawkins back there. He should have been sacked, like you said, for about a 10, 12-yard loss, and he turns it into a gain.
From the shotgun again. Waits at about the 15 with the back directly behind him. Receivers off to the left and right. He will turn and hand it off. Right side, running room to the 25. A big hit there. Spinning his way forward to the 26-yard line is Tim McGarry, the senior at 5'11", 200 pounds.
That was a very good run there, but it was ended by Jarvis Smith, number 7, as he comes up from his position and just whacks him down to the ground.
From the shotgun, the quarterback for the K-Hawks waits on the snap. Fakes it to the back, now rolling out, throwing in and out of the hands, off the shoulder pads of the intended receiver, who was wide open at the 35-yard line. That ball incomplete to Michael Luther, the senior.
Yeah, it was a terrific play that the Collinsville coaching staff called there, as the wide receiver was wide open. Perfect throw there by Hawkins, put it on the money, and the wide receiver Luther just couldn't bring it in.
So the Redbirds able to stop the K-Hawks on their opening drive, and looks like the K-Hawks will punt it away now as the Redbirds send a return man back to about the midfield stripe. Now he's going to back up to about the 45, and now it looks like an official's timeout on the field. No, it looks like the K-Hawks going to take a timeout here with 6:22 on the clock. First quarter action. K-Hawk timeout. We'll take one, too. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis as the K-Hawks get set to punt it away here on 4th down. And a high punt. The return man for the Redbirds is going to let this one bounce at about the Redbird 45. It'll roll out of bounds at about the Redbird 40. And they're going to start with pretty good field position again at their own 40-yard line this time, 1st and 10.
Yeah, it wasn't that deep of a punt there. The Collinsville team did get a good bounce, though, off of it. Looks like they're going to spot it at the Alton High 41. I'm sure we'll get another large dosage of the running backs here from the Redbirds to start this drive.
They'll line it up on the left hash mark as the Redbirds break huddle on that double tight double wing. A quarterback for the Redbirds under center, Devin Williams. Robinson behind him, but he's going to give it off to Jones, who's bottled up immediately and knocked backwards all the way to the 35, a loss of 5 on the play for the Redbirds.
Yeah, that play took a long time to develop for the Redbirds there. Collinsville was all over. Kenny Jones had absolutely nowhere to go, and they throw him down for a loss.
Well, you're right. The first sequence the Redbirds had, we didn't see any slow developing plays like that one. It really took some time to develop, and the K-Hawks were all over it.
You know, it took so long, it almost makes you wonder if the quarterback thought one play and the running back thought another.
Redbirds line up again, double tight, double wing, facing 2nd and 15 now. Here's the counter play back inside to Womack, who breaks the tackle and spins forward and gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. We'll have to wait and see where they mark. It looks like he's going to actually pass the original line of scrimmage and set up about a 3rd down and 9, maybe 8.5.
Collinsville did another good job there staying with the play. The misdirection didn't really fool him that time, but Womack, in just his all-out effort, was able to make a nice gain on that.
Now the Redbirds send a receiver split wide right. Double tight, double wing again, dropping straight back as Williams, looking downfield. Rolling right and firing and completing it. Looked like to Womack there as Womack knocked out of bounds just near the midfield stripe. Actually, that was Kenny Jones on the reception. Jones wears 33, Womack 23, and a lot of times all you see is a 3.
Yeah, and then you mix in Robinson with 22, and it gets a little bit confusing up here.
It sure does.
It was a nice play there, though, by the Redbirds. They're just a little bit short of that 1st down. I think if he could have got that ball to Kenny Jones just a little bit sooner, he had a little room to run. Ball was delivered just a touch late, so when he caught it, he was at the out-of-bounds line.
Hit hard and knocked out of bounds. The Redbirds look like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 2, showing some confidence in that offense here early on. They've been able to grind it out so far against the K-Hawks. We'll see what they do here. Now some movement up front, and let's see, maybe they drew the K-Hawks offsides. K-Hawks, of course, pointing towards the Redbirds. We'll wait and see what the officials rule. Offsides against the purple, and that's going to give the Redbirds a first down.
Nice job there by quarterback Devin Williams on that hard count, drawing them offsides. Big penalty right there, and gives the Redbirds a first down to keep this second drive of the game going.
Redbirds move the chains and into K-Hawk territory. They'll have it 1st and 10 from a 46-yard line of Collinsville. Williams under center with Robinson directly behind him. Wing backs left and right. In motion is Womack, and he'll take the handoff, turns it upfield, and ends up picking up a yard or two as he crosses the 45. Kobe Womack to carry that time for the Redbirds. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 8 situation.
The Redbirds seem content on just running this ball. It doesn't look like they have any idea of throwing the ball here this early in the game.
The Redbirds line it up. Double tight, double wing again with 4:20 on the clock. First quarter action. In motion is Womack. The handoff, though, inside to Robinson, who puts his head down and barrels his way forward to about the 40-yard line.
As Williams turned to hand Robinson that ball, they collided. And it looked like there was going to be some trouble there for the Redbirds, maybe even a loss on the play. But the big fullback Robinson was able to bowl his way forward for about a gain of 4.
From the 40 now, 3rd down and 4 for the Redbirds. Big 3rd down here for Alton. Love to keep this drive alive here early in this ball game, up by 7. Williams will send Jones in motion this time. Pitch it to him. Jones right up the gut. Jones will have first down running room as he works his way across the 35 to the 34.
Well, I guess when you're running the ball like this, you really don't think about throwing the ball around, Dennis. They just seem to be successful on the ground and just keep doing the same thing, giving it to Jones, giving it to Womack, giving it to Robinson, and letting them get their 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Why not? Work the first time down the field. They're churning away again, moving it deeper into Collinsville territory now as they cross that 35-yard line to the 34 with a 1st and 10. Double tight, double wing again. There goes Jones in motion. The handoff, though, up the middle to Robinson, who's going to take tacklers with him to the 30-yard line and stopped as he crosses the 30 at about the 29. 3 minutes to play, first quarter. Robinson with a big 5-yard gain on first down to set up a 2nd down and 5 now for the Redbirds. Redbirds break huddle. Will set up in that double tight, double wing again. Robinson directly behind Williams, the quarterback. The wing back in motion is Jones, who takes the pitch. That's Womack, actually turns it upfield. He works his way across the 20. He's down to the 10-yard line, to the 5, diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Redbirds.
There's a flag back here.
We'll wait and see what the flag is, but an outstanding effort nonetheless for Womack. Flag at about the 20. We'll see. Personal foul against the K-Hawks. I'm sure that'll be declined. So a touchdown for the Redbirds.
Yeah, what another tremendous run there by Womack. A huge stiff arm right at about that 20-yard line to put one guy down, and then his effort there at the 2 to dive into the end zone, getting hit at the goal line while in his dive and able to get in there.
So the Redbirds will try to go up by 14 here with triple deuces on the time clock. Redbirds up 13-0 here early on. Willings to attempt the extra point with Williams holding. Snap back, a good one. The kick on the way is through the uprights and good. And the Redbirds, with 2:22 to go in the first quarter, lead the Collinsville K-Hawks 14-0. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
can do to sell you a car today.
Stop by Roberts Motors in Alton, Illinois.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis, and the Redbirds up 14-zip, Brian.
Yeah, and that's another great drive with the running game there. Alton High is just stuffing this ball right down Collinsville's defense's throat, actually, here at every chance they get, just sticking it in the bellies of all three of their running backs and letting them go. But the big play on that drive was the 4th and 2. Collinsville had them 4th and 2, and Alton High was able to draw them off sides and give them the first down.
The Redbirds will kick it off from the Collinsville 45 after that 15-yard personal foul penalty tacked on. And Willings will boom it out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. That'll set up Collinsville at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Willings has got a foot on him, doesn't he? Just seen him almost hit the end zone with a regular kickoff, and that one easily out of the back of the end zone.
He's been pretty strong on the 2 extra points as well, as they've been booming through those uprights.
Jayhawks spread it out. They'll go with 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, and dropping straight back is the quarterback Hawkins, pressured out of the pocket, scrambles forward and breaks free. He's at the 25, spun down to the ground there. And he picks up about 4 yards after almost being sacked again.
Another nice job there by Javon Hawkins to get away from the pressure and pick up about 4 or 5 yards there when he really should have been thrown for a loss.
Hawkins waits in the shotgun again. It's like 3 receivers off to the right side this time. And quarterback draw straight up this time. A move at the 30 and then knocked down at about the 31-yard line. Some quick feet on Hawkins.
Yeah, the way he's stopping and going, I mean, it's just, it's like you're watching a Division I college athlete out there. He's up the middle on the dive, and then all of a sudden he just stops, lets a guy run past him, and spins, picks up 3 more yards.
First down for the Collinsville Jayhawks. Their first of the night at the minute 35 mark of the first quarter. And throwing this time and bobbling it incomplete. He had a man again at about the 40. Intended for number 20 that time for the Jayhawks. And that is Andre Borney, senior, 5'10", 165-pounder.
Yeah, and Borney's their leading receiver on the year, so that's probably unusual for him dropping a pass like that. But once again, Hawkins delivered the ball right on the money, and the wide receiver couldn't hold on to it.
Borney splits wide right, and they'll throw it to him out in the flat. He'll try to run from here. Does so across the 35 to the 40, and it's knocked down, but it looks like he did pick up enough for the first down out to about the 42. I think they're going to move the chains, and they will. 1st and 10 for the Jayhawks. The ball at the 42-yard line of Collinsville. They trail the Redbirds 14-0 here in the first quarter. 3 receivers split off to the left side, 1 to the right. And here's the straight quarterback draw again. And this time, nowhere to go for Hawkins. He's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped as he crosses the 40.
Yeah, the Redbirds did a good job on that one. They read that quarterback draw from the beginning, were able to stuff that up at the line of scrimmage.
Hawkins will line back up in the shotgun. 3 receivers right side this time. 1 split far left. Waits on the snap. A straight drop. Firing left and completing it as a flag flies. That may be pass interference. Big collision, but the ball caught by number 8 out there. And that's Chris Marshall, a junior, 5'8", 165-pounder.
I believe that was Jake Hook. Got there just a little bit early. Not by much, but just a little bit early. But like I said, it didn't matter. The wide receiver was able to hold on to it and pick up the first down anyway.
Pass interference against the Alton Redbirds. 34.8 seconds to go here, first quarter action. Jayhawks finally moving the football on this possession. They're going to take the pass interference call and will mark it into Redbird territory across the 45 up to about the 43-yard line. Where to be first and 10 for the Jayhawks. Three receivers split off to the right side from the shotgun. The quarterback Hawkins waits on the snap. Straight drop back. Looking, now scrambling out, now firing it downfield, the right side in coverage and caught! Caught by the Jayhawks down at the 5 in double coverage. An outstanding catch downfield, and that's that leading receiver for the Jayhawks, number 20, Andre Borney.
Well, once again, Hawkins made the play with his feet. It looked like the Redbirds were going to get to him in the pocket. He was able to sidestep the rush, go about 3 feet to his right, and throw a strike down the field to Borney, who jumped up in the middle of double coverage to pull that in.
Ball went about 45 yards in the air. Now from the 5, Collinsville with 16 seconds on the clock from the shotgun. And the handoff right up the middle and hit immediately. Nowhere to go that time. The big fullback. No gain on the play for number 36, McGarry.
Yeah, the Redbirds are doing a good job of defending that running back here this evening.
They'll have it second and goal to start the second quarter after this. 14-0 in favor of the Redbirds. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. As we watch this year's Olympic Games and root for the world's top athletes, the Weber Chevrolet family wants to offer some encouragement to the terrific men and women representing our country. You are the best of the best. We know how hard you have worked. Win or lose, we are proud of you, and you are all truly winners. Even though you are half a world away, we are with you through every sprint, jump, and dive. And we sing along with you when you stand on that medal stand listening to the national anthem. So from all of us at Weber Chevrolet, go Team USA.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
We get ready to start the second quarter. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line for the Jayhawks, who trail the Redbirds 14-0 as we start the second quarter. Hawkins waits in the shotgun from the 10. Straight drop. Looking downfield, now pressure, now in trouble, and just throws it away up in the air. Intercepted by the Redbirds at the 1. And they'll bring it out to about the 5-yard line. And I believe that's where they'll have it as they push him all the way back to the end zone, but his forward progress out to about the 5-6-yard line. And a huge interception there by the Alton Redbirds. Things are going their way tonight.
Yeah, I believe that was Womack on that interception. The defensive lineers who did the job there, though, is Hawkins was under pressure. He didn't have anywhere to go. Kind of threw the ball up for grabs as opposed to taking the sack, and Womack there to pull it in down at the 1-yard line.
Sometimes it's not a good idea to throw the ball away. That's what he tried to do that time, and the Redbirds come up with it. They really bottled him up on that one. He really had nowhere to scramble to, and that's what caused the most trouble for the Collinsville quarterback. And the Redbirds, surprised to have the football, they're going to have to call the timeout here to get organized on offense. We'll take one, too, with 11:47 on the clock. Second quarter action. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
The sun always rises, your dog will always love you, and the tax man always shows up. There are just some things in life you know you can depend on. So when you're ready to depend on someone for your life insurance, depend on me, Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. We may already insure your car and home, but your life insurance is one of the things that matters the most. For more information, contact my office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or online at tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
So the Redbirds with the football back will have it 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line after Collinsville threatening there. Big interception for Alton. Williams will climb under center with Robinson directly behind him. That double tight double wing. They send a man in motion. He's going to take the handoff, put his head down, get hit immediately and driven all the way back to the end zone. They'll mark his forward progress up to about the original line of scrimmage. Number 5 on the carry that time for the Alton Redbirds. His first carry of the night. That's Jake Hook, the junior at 5'7", 155-pounder.
Well, I think what happened was Womack on that interception when they tackled him, kind of threw him down there in the end zone. I believe he had hurt his ankle or something a little bit as he came hopping off, and Hook just had to go in there for that one play, and now Womack's right back into the ball game.
Lines up on that right side as a wingback. In motion now. And the handoff going to be given inside to Womack. Or is that Robinson? Hard to tell, but it'll work his way out to about the 10-yard line. They had him bottled up pretty good there in the backfield. And Robinson ends up with the football to work his way forward to the 10.
Yeah, once again, they were able to make contact with Robinson in the backfield. And he was able to bounce free and put his head down and run forward for about a gain of 4 or 5.
3rd down and 6 now. For the Redbirds, deep in their own end, their own 10-yard line. Big 3rd down here for Alton. Williams climbs under center with Robinson directly behind him. Wingbacks left and right, 2 tight ends. Man in motion is Jones. And the handoff is, well, actually, it's going to be Williams keeping the football. Now the ball's loose. Who comes up with it? We'll see. It looks like Robinson's going to cover that one up.
I think they're ruling him down.
At about the 6. At any rate, that's going to bring up 4th down for the Redbirds. 4th down and 8, deep in their own end.
If you're Coach Hook and the Redbirds, though, you'll take that. You don't mind having to punt the ball here as your defense was able to stop them as they were about to get in the end zone, keep this 2-touchdown lead. Punt the ball and let your defense get back out there.
Hope for a good snap here. Waiting in the end zone, the punter for the Alton Redbirds. And a good snap back as the punt off. A line drive punt. It's going to take a big Alton roll deep into K-Hawk territory all the way down to the 42-yard line. And from his own end zone, that turns out to be a pretty good punt for the Alton Redbirds. Nice job by number 86 for the Redbirds. That's Matt Kohler, a sophomore, 6'3", 210-pounder.
Yeah, that was a heck of a punt there. He was deep in his own end zone, booted that ball. It landed at about the 50 and then rolled all the way down to about the 42-yard line.
And now a holding penalty against the K-Hawks, so they're going to back this one up even further. So what a big break for the Alton Redbirds. They come over the pick, not able to get a 1st down after the pick, but now this punt and the holding call is going to put Collinsville way back to the 32-yard line. It's exactly what the Redbirds needed.
Yeah, great job by Matt Kohler. That's what you want to see out of your punter. Your defense makes a big play to keep him out of the end zone, and then your punter gets the field position back for you.
From the shotgun, Hawkins waits on the snap for the K-Hawks. He's going to roll out. Looking downfield now, turns it up, going to cut back against the grain and has running room. At the 40, makes a move, still on his feet, headed up the field and knocked out of bounds at about the 45. He is very dangerous in the open field.
You know, when you see a kid like Hawkins making plays like that, and he made quite a few of them in the first quarter, it's hard to get mad at him when he makes a play when he threw the interception such as that. His escapability is outstanding, and he believes in his abilities that he can get out of anything. And right there, he just showed you. Once again, he turns nothing into a huge game.
All the way out to the K-Hawk 45, and they'll set up 1st and 10. 3 receivers left side, straight drop back for Hawkins. Steps up in the pocket, now going to scramble, but hit and knocked down before he gets to the 45. Good stop for the Alton Redbirds there. He'll set up the second down and 12 situation.
One of the few times tonight they were able to contain him inside that pocket.
Second and 12 for the Jayhawks from the shotgun. Hawkins fires and completes it at the midfield stripe. A move there by Borney, but a good tackle by Hook. Takes him down at the stripe.
Yeah, great job by Hook there. It looked like Borney had danced his way around him and was going to pick up a few more yards there, but Hook held on to his leg and pulled him down at the 50.
Third down and 4 now for Collinsville from the 50-yard line. Snap back and firing it across the middle, but incomplete. The intended receiver, number 7, Cameron Kuehl, the senior, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down for Collinsville. Fourth down and 4, and the sack of Hawkins on first down ends up coming up big for the Redbirds there.
As impressive as the Alton High offense has been, the defense has been equally as impressive here so far tonight.
And the Jayhawks will have to punt it away. Their punter waits at about the 35-yard line. Here's the snap back to him, and the punt, a good one, a high punt. Down the right side, the return man will step away, takes a Redbird bounce, but straight out of bounds at the 15. And the Redbirds will start deep in their own end again. First and 10 at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice punt there by the Collinsville punter. Dropped it in there right about the 12-yard line, and it bounced just a little bit back towards him and out of bounds at about the 15.
So the Redbirds with the football back at the 8:07 mark of quarter number 2. And a chance to add to a 14-0 lead. Williams brings his troops to the line with Robinson directly behind him. Double tight, double wing, man in motion. As Jones takes the pitch and then straight up the middle to the 25 or to the 20, and he's knocked down there. And that's going to bring up second down, but a good run on first down.
Got an offensive line there. The Redbirds did a great job of opening that hole up. Kenny Jones, once he sees the hole and once he finds it, he's going to be through it in a heartbeat.
So now a face mask penalty against the Jayhawks, and the Redbirds getting all kinds of breaks tonight.
Yeah, when he tackled him, it just looked like maybe he got his arm up around his head a little bit and brought him down. But evidently he had his hand on the face mask, pulled him down by the face mask, and draws a 15-yard penalty.
That's a 15-yard face masking penalty. And that pushes the ball out across the 35-yard line to the 36. First and 10 Redbirds. Double tight, double wing again. Robinson directly behind Williams. In motion is Jones. Fake to him, and now a throw by Williams. Downfield has Womack, but too far out in front. About a step too far out in front of him, but he had got behind the defender.
Yeah, it was a nice route there run by Womack as he came out of the backfield and was able to get down. Had about 3 steps on the cornerback, and Williams just overthrew him. If he was able to put that ball in his hands, I think Womack runs it all the way into the end zone.
That'll set up second down and 10 for the Redbirds. And that plants a seed in the Jayhawks' defensive plans as they see Williams open it up and go deep a little bit after staying in that double tight, double wing most of the first quarter. Williams turns around, says something to Robinson, the fullback, as he approaches the line of scrimmage. Now under center will send Hook in motion. A fake to Robinson, and they'll try to run the option. It looks like Williams will keep it to the 40-yard line. Hit there, then puts his head down and almost gets to the 45.
Yeah, good run there by Devin Williams. Good choice on not to pitch it. Kept it himself on the option around the outside. Had about 5 yards when he got hit, and then at contact picked up about 3 more.
Third down and 3 now. Coming up for the Redbirds. Third down and short, and they like to be in this situation. They'll break huddle, and they'll send a receiver split wide right. Hook the wing back on the right side. Jones will wing back on the left side. Williams under center sends Jones in motion. The fake to him, the handoff to Robinson up the middle. He's across the midfield stripe into Collinsville's territory. Knocked down at the 45 and stretches it to the 42.
It just seems like each time that the Collinsville defense is guessing that it's going to be Kenny Jones or Jacoby Womack, that's right about the time Alton High sticks it in the belly of Robinson, and he just gets a lot of room to run. Big hole up the middle. Got about 12 yards for contact, and then at contact was able to rumble over the safety for about 4 more.
They'll mark it at the 45, or the 44. First down and 10 Redbirds in Collinsville territory now. Double tight, double wing. In motion is Womack. And the reverse comes to Jones. Nowhere for him to go as he's hit at the 45 and knocked down.
Good job there by number 49 of Collinsville defense, Matt Riker, as he read that reverse, didn't bite on the fake around the other side, and was there to throw him down for about a 2-yard loss.
Second down and 12 now for the Redbirds. They line up in the double tight, double wing again. Robinson directly behind the quarterback, Williams, who sends Jones in motion, takes the pitch, headed up the gut. And Jones spins and works his way to the 41-yard line. That'll bring up third down now for Alton. And now an injured player on the field. Redbirds facing third down and 8. We'll take a break here at the 5:31 mark of the second quarter. The Redbirds leading 14-0. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Olin Community.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep, in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Third down and 8 for the Redbirds after the injured player Josh Fleming helped off the field. Williams going to throw, and he rolls out, firing it downfield, has a man down there as they fight forward who comes down with it. The Redbirds may have it, they do! In the end zone, stripping it away from the defender. The Redbirds end up with it. An outstanding play by Jarvis Smith as the defender had position on him, but Smith ripped that ball away from him and fell on it in the end zone.
Tell you what, it's catches like that that makes you wish they had a Jumbotron up here on State Street, because nobody will be able to see that replay until they get in there on film on Monday morning. But what an effort by Jarvis Smith there. It looked like the ball was going to be intercepted by the Collinsville defensive back. He came up over the top of him and grabbed it, pulled it over his head, and down in the end zone for a touchdown. Excellent, excellent job by number 7, Jarvis Smith.
And that puts the Redbirds up 20-0 as they try to tack on the extra. The kick is up. It's a beauty through the uprights, and the Redbirds lead 21-0 with 5:10 on the clock. Second quarter action. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
You've heard it before.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transfer both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Place in our hearts. And when their needs for attention grow, it can be a full-time job that leads to more time. More time for them, you, your job, and your family. Home Helpers is the solution, providing non-medical care to meet their needs. Have Home Helpers do the work around the home, run the errands, and provide companionship when you're not available. Trusted, experienced caregiving is flexible and affordable. anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis, and the Redbirds up 21-0 with 5:10 to play in the half. And what a play by Jarvis Smith. A 42-yard pass from Williams to Smith, and he had to rip it away from the K-Hawk defender, did so as he fell into the end zone. And the kick is going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line. Up to the 20 and knocked down there. The ball is loose and Hook is on it for the Redbirds at the 12. And everything continues to go the Redbirds' way.
I believe that was number 3, Taylor Vaughn, with that hit. Put a popping right on him, and Jay Hook able to pick up the fumble. What an outstanding hit there by number 3, Taylor Vaughn.
And the Redbirds with a football back deep in Collinsville territory. And it looks like there's a player down, and that may be the return man. It's hard to tell from here. It may be.
I think it may be a Redbird.
That's what I was going to say. We can't see the jersey from here as the trainer is over top. It looks like it is a red jersey. Right at about the place all the contact happened. And it is a Redbird slowly getting up off the turf. But things continue to go well for the Redbirds tonight. They're getting all kinds of breaks.
No, I don't think we gave Devin Williams enough credit as well on that throw. We were so excited about the catch that Jarvis Smith made. I mean, Devin Williams threw that ball approximately 50 yards in the air almost and landed that thing in the end zone. When Jarvis Smith came out of his break when he ran his pattern about the 25-yard line, he had 3 steps on the guy. Devin threw the ball up and hung up in the air just a little enough to let the defender get back into position, but an outstanding catch by Jarvis Smith to bring in the touchdown after a great throw by Devin Williams.
So the Redbirds will have the football, 1st and 10 from the K-Hawk 13, up 21-0. Williams under center with Robinson behind him. Man in motion will take the handoff. That's Kenny Jones. Jones works his way across the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Close to a Redbird first down. And another outstanding job by that Redbird offensive line.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was just getting ready to say the same thing. That was a run there where Kenny Jones just had to follow those red shirts in front of him, and they took him all the way down to the 4.
They break up. Double tight, double wing again. Williams under center. Robinson directly behind him. They'll send a man in motion. Hand off to him. Around the end he goes. Spinning into the end zone is Kenny Jones. Touchdown, Redbirds.
Ran the end around there to Kenny Jones. He does a nice job as there was contact by Kevin Hodge at about the 2-yard line of Collinsville, but Jones was able to spin off of it and then lunge his way into the end zone to extend this Redbird lead to 27-0.
The Redbirds up big here the first half over the K-Hawks at the 4:23 mark. They tack on 6 more on the run by Kenny Jones after the fumbled kickoff. And they'll try to tack on another now with Williams, who is a perfect 3 for 3 on the night on extra points. Williams to hold. Good snap, and the kick up and on the way again is good to put the Redbirds up 28-0 over the Collinsville K-Hawks here on senior night at Public School Stadium. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. As we watch this year's Olympic Games and root for the world's top athletes, the Weber Chevrolet family wants to offer some encouragement to the terrific men and women representing our country. You are the best of the best. We know how hard you have worked. Win or lose, we are proud of you, and you are all truly winners. Even though you are half a world away, we are with you through every sprint, jump, and dive. And we sing along with you when you stand on that medal stand listening to the national anthem. So from all of us at Weber Chevrolet, go Team USA.
Mega Bank is the friendly, personal, hometown trust trusted by their customers. Or online at stonebank.com for personal and business banking, trust and investment services, loans, safe deposit and internet banking, or stop in and visit the friendliest people in town at Cornerstone Bank and Trust.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis, 28-0 in favor of the Redbirds as they kick it away. And Williams with another good kick, the return man from the 10. He's up to the 15, to the 20, now through the seam, finds his way to the 30-yard line, and bottled up there and knocked down at about the 31.
Nice return there for the Collinsville Jayhawks. Maybe try and get something started here with this drive as they find themselves down by 4 touchdowns.
The Redbirds playing an outstanding first half of football. They've taken advantage of all the breaks they've been given, and they've put up 28. Now Collinsville with the football back from their own 30, 1st and 10. Handoff. McGarry with the call, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've really done a great job on McGarry here this evening, at least so far in the first half. Each time he's got the ball, he has very little room to run. There's an Alton Redbird waiting for him to bring him down.
He'll line up behind the quarterback Hawkins again. Receivers off to the right side. Hawkins going that way, has it out there. And the catch by Borney, who turns it upfield at the 40 and turns on the burners. Look at him go all the way to the 30-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 25. What a burst of speed there by that young man.
Yeah, tremendous job there by Borney. He just gave a little bit of a shoulder shake and got a step on the defensive back and then took off down the field. Tremendous hustle there by Womack to track him down at the 25 and knock him out of bounds. When Borney made that move, I thought he was gone to the end zone for sure, and Womack was able to chase him down and push him out around the 25.
They're going to mark this one around the 35-yard line. The Jayhawks with a big run there to put them into Alton Redbird territory. And it looks like now they're going to tack on a few more. That's going to put them down inside the 20 to about the 12-yard line. Personal foul against the Redbirds. Tack on 15 to that run and sets them up at 1st and 10 from their Redbird 13. Hawkins waits at about the 18. Looking left, now going to scramble. Heads upfield and is knocked down before he gets to the 5-yard line.
Nice job by Hawkins to find the hole there to begin with, and then able, once he got through it, to put a little spin move on to gain a couple extra. Looks like he picked up about 6 on the play.
That'll set up 2nd down now for Collinsville. 2nd and about 5. Right side this time, McGarry pounds his way forward. It looks like they're going to stop him just shy of the 1st down mark. Down inside the 5, though. That'll bring up 3rd down now for Collinsville.
This is about the same situation Collinsville was in just a little while ago when the big interception was made by Womack down at the goal line.
Looks like they're going to bring the chains in now and measure this one. The Jayhawks down inside that 5-yard line. They had to get to about the 3.5, and they're real close. We'll stretch the chains out and we'll see. Here. And it's a 1st down. 1st down for the Jayhawks, so they'll have it 1st and goal now from about the 3.5-yard line. Collinsville with 2:46 on the clock. 1st and goal from the 3.5-yard line. Receivers split off to the left side, one to the right. Now a man in motion will line up on the left side as well. And here's the quarterback. Hawkins in trouble, slips away and works his way back down inside the 5. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage. He's slippery.
He dropped the ball in the backfield, and he picks it up, and looks like they're going to throw him down around the 13, 14-yard line, and he just makes one move, and the next thing you know, he's down to the 3.
2nd down now, though, from the 3-yard line. Receivers split off to the right side, 3 of them there, 1 to the left. Here's a snap back and a handoff to McGarry, who's hit immediately, nowhere for him to go. And that's going to bring up 3rd and goal now for the Redbirds. Redbirds doing a good job on both sides, defense and offensive line tonight.
I believe that was Devontae Curtis who came through there, a sophomore, number 98. Got through the offensive line of the Jayhawks and put a beating on a running back in the backfield.
3rd down and goal from the 3. And now here's Hawkins in trouble looking for help. He's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked all the way back to the 12. It looked like Womack got him.
Yeah, it looked like the secondary was doing a good job on the receivers in the end zone, and Hawkins didn't really have anywhere to go with the ball, and he had to eat it and take the sack by Womack.
That'll make it 4th down now and goal from all the way back at the 10. And the K-Hawks want to take a timeout with 1:29 to go before halftime. We'll take one too. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Hawks will go for it with 1:29 on the clock. Snap back. Throwing left, has a man at the 5, spinning and fighting forward. He's not going to make it in. He's going to be dropped to the 4, and the Redbirds are going to get the ball back.
Nice job by the Redbird defense there. The total team defense. They threw the quick out there to the wide receiver. Made a couple spin moves, but the whole defense was there, strung down the line, able to keep him out of the end zone.
So the Redbirds get the football back with 1:22 on the clock.
That's a big stop there by the Redbird defense. Collinsville's looking to gain a little momentum going into halftime by putting one in the end zone. And once again, the Redbird defense is up for the challenge and keeps them out.
It's the second time the Redbirds have been able to stop the K-Hawks from inside the 5. Here's a handoff straight up the gut. Robinson puts his head down and picks up a couple. That's going to bring up 2nd down and about 8. A quarterback, Williams, from the sideline with the play. Now brings his team to the huddle with 47 seconds left in the half. Redbirds taking their time at the line of scrimmage. Going to run as much clock as they can, it looks like. The handoff going to be inside again to Robinson. He'll put his head down and plow forward for a couple more. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 4. K-Hawks going to take a timeout and stop the clock here with 31.6 seconds left to go before halftime. Redbirds look content to run the clock out and go in with a 28-0 lead.
Yeah, I don't see why not. And the way they're playing, just run this clock out, get into halftime, get your game plan together for the second half, and try to get this second victory of the season.
The Redbirds have done an outstanding job on both the offensive and defensive line tonight. We've seen some big plays from both linemen, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, the Redbirds have been very, very good in the trenches here this evening. A lot of work that I've seen on that offensive line. Big number 79, Alex Llewellyn, has really done a great job out there tonight, as well as Brennan Drake. He's done an excellent job on the defensive side.
Redbirds will have it 3rd down and 3. They mark it at the 12. 31.6 seconds to go in the half. Redbirds up 28-0. Williams under center will send a man in motion. That's Womack, and he'll take the handoff, trying to get around the end, turns it upfield, gets to about the 15, 16-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. He may have a 1st down. He does. They're going to move the chains. Another Redbird 1st down. They continue to do a nice job picking up the yardage they need, 3 or 4 yards at a time. Another 1st down for the Redbirds, and now the clock down to 18 seconds. Redbirds may just hang out in the huddle here and let the clock run down and go into halftime, leading 28-0 over the Collinsville K-Hawks. We'll be back with halftime after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I had transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank. For nearly 120 years, First Cloverleaf Bank has played a vital role in shaping the history of Edwardsville and Glen putting our customers, our people, and our community first. It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Meridian Bank, large enough to serve all your banking needs, small enough to care about you. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Weber Chevrolet, online at WeberGraniteCityChevy.com. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
The intended receiver, I believe, was Cameron Kuschel there, and he was wide open from the beginning of the play. The Redbirds didn't have anybody out there on him, and he was trying to get Hawkins' attention from the start, and just by the time Hawkins found him, it was a little bit too late.
Hawkins from the shotgun waits at about the 31. Straight drop, fires in the middle of the field, and is caught by number 44. That's Michael Luther, the senior, at about the 41-yard line. Going to be shy. It'll set up 3rd down and 4.
Both of these, the last two plays, number 7, wide receiver, has been all alone out here. If Hawkins sees him early enough, once again, there's nobody over him. He could hit him right here.
Here's a throw, and the intended receiver unable to hang on to that one. Incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
They went right to where I was just speaking of. Cameron Kuschel, once again, was the intended receiver. He was wide open, would have had enough for the 1st down, but the ball was delivered just a little bit high and off his fingertips.
Incomplete to Kuschel, and it sets up a 4th down and 4 situation with 11:03 on the clock, and Collinsville going to go for it from their own end. And here's the quarterback going to keep it and turn it upfield right side to pick up the 1st down to the midfield stripe, hit and knocked out of bounds as he works his way into Redbird territory. So the K-Hawks will move the chains with Hawkins keeping it on that one.
Yeah, nice job there by Javon Hawkins to keep that ball, pull it down, found some room to the right side, and was able to pick up the 1st down.
Just inside Redbird territory. 1st and 10 for the K-Hawks. Hawkins, a straight drop, now rolling out right. Pump fake, runs, and turns it upfield to the 41-yard line. Stop there shy of the 1st down marker.
It looks like about to pick up a 7 there. Once again, Hawkins, as soon as he pulls that ball down, he's looking to go and spin and juke and do everything he can to pick up extra yards and gain a 7.
2 receivers split out to the left side this time. 1 to the right as Hawkins waits on the snap. And he'll give it off to McGarry. McGarry with running room as he's across the 35 to the 30. Grabbed a hold of but not knocked down, as then He works his way forward across the 25 to the 24. That's the longest run of the night for him.
Yeah, best run of the night by far from McGarry so far. A gain of about 15 there. The offensive line opened up some holes there for the first time really this evening against the defensive line. He was able to get through there and then churn out an extra 3 or 4 yards on his own with a good effort.
Hawkins waits on the snap from the shotgun again. Straight drop, firing in, completing it to Borney, who spins, and now at the 10, at the 5, and into the end zone. Borney caught that ball at about the 13, was hit, spun around, stayed on his feet, then worked his way to the end zone.
Yeah, I think Jarvis Smith, the Alton safety, still wondering how in the world he didn't make that tackle. As Borney was there, looked like he had him, spun right off of him, and sprinted the extra 13 yards into the end zone. And just like we had talked about, Dennis, Collinsville comes out firing, and they're right back on the board.
The 9:59 mark of quarter number 3. They strike from the 14-yard line, a 14-yard pass. And the extra point attempt on the way. The kick is up and good through the uprights to make it 28-7 now in favor of the Redbirds. 9:59 on the clock, third quarter action. We'll take a break and be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. A line drive kick that's taken it to 25, up to the 30, 35-yard line, all the way to the 40. The number 32 on the return. It looks like Tevin Cawley, the junior, 5'8", 150-pound defensive back, and he's an up back, and he took it out to the 40-yard line. A good return.
It's going to be a big drive here for Alton. They need to answer. If they can't answer with points, they need to answer with a long drive to take some time off this clock. But we got a little bit of a ball game here right now, and Alton just needs to keep going. They can't get complacent.
Williams under center with that double tight, double wing behind him. Here's Womack in motion. They go in the counters. Jones across the 45, turns the corner at the 50. He's at the 40-yard line, pushed out of bounds as he gets to the 30. And Jones opens it up with some lightning as he gets around the corner and takes it deep into K-Hawk territory.
That's a great way to start this drive for the Alton Redbirds. They run that little misdirection, fake one way, come the other way, and the hole is blown wide open, I believe, by Alex Llewellyn once again. Kenny Jones on his way to the races.
They'll say he stepped out of bounds at the 33-yard line. First and 10 for the Redbirds in K-Hawk territory. Williams under center. In motion this time, Jones, and they'll hand it off up the middle to Robinson. He'll put his head down and he'll take the football to just shy of the 30. That'll set up second down. Actually, they're going to mark it back to about the 32, so second down and 9. Coming up on the 9-minute mark. Double tight, double wing. Here's a handoff, and it's Jones spinning at the 30 to the 25, down to the 24-yard line. And that'll bring up third down now for the Redbirds. For this time, third down and short. Looks like about a yard or two is all they need.
Great block there by Jack Teteller of the Alton Redbirds right there. He made the big block. Kenny Jones able to spin through that hole and get all the way down near the first down marker and make it third and short.
Third down and 1. Williams under center. Gives it off to Robinson again, and he'll put his head down and pick up, looks like, the first down for the Redbirds.
It's going to be close.
They'll have to maybe bring out the chains here. Nope, they're going to say it's a first down. And a big first down for the Redbirds.
it's hard to imagine Robinson getting thrown back for a loss after the way we've seen him run today.
He has been a tank back there. 1st and 10 now as 8:15 on the clock, and they send a man in motion. They'll hand it off to him. That is Jones around the corner to the 15, pushes his way forward, down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8. Pushed out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 8:08 mark.
Number 54, Chris Crossno, out there leading the way for Kenny Jones that time. Every time you look up, it's a new offensive lineman out there throwing the big block, and Kenny Jones followed him around that corner for a few yards and then decided he was going to just take off on his own and pass him up after the one big block.
1st and goal from the 8. Man in motion is Jones, and he takes the handoff. Flags flies. He crosses the 5 and is pushed out of bounds at the 1. This may be a holding call. The flag thrown in the middle of a bunch of linemen. It is holding against the Redbirds.
Yeah, I believe it was number 23, Jacoby Womack on the hold there. And I don't think he actually even needed to do it. I think Kenny Jones was going to be able to get around that corner anyway. But he did kind of grab the Collinsville defender and swing him around. So good call by the referee there.
They'll mark this one back now to the 17. Double tight, double wing again. And the handoff goes to Jones. Jones across the 15, spins and is taken down at the 10. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line.
It looks like they came right back with the same exact play there that the holding was called on the play before. Another positive play there by the running back Jones to pick up some yardage.
Second down and goal now for the Alton Redbirds. They come to the line of scrimmage with 7:30 on the clock. Double tight, double wing. In motion is Jones again. They fake it to him and hand it off inside to Womack. Womack hit, puts his head down, fights his way forward to just shy of the 5.
Well, they started that play off the same as the last two. It looked like they were going to go with that end around again to Kenny Jones, and a little bit of misdirection. Went the other way with it to Womack and was able to pick up positive yardage again. The clock just keeps on running.
Redbirds eating clock and driving here to try to put some more points on the board. Williams under center since Jones in motion, fakes it to Robinson, rolls right, throws it, and completes it at the 5, down to about the 2-yard line, but stops shy. Looks like number 86, I believe, on the reception that time for the Redbirds. Matt Kohler.
You know, it's a lot easier to see it up here, obviously, than it is on the field, but had Devin Williams noticed, he had number 82, Drew Yale, wide open in the back corner of the end zone.
Here come the Redbirds from the 1, 4th down. Handoff right side. There's Jones. Is he in? He is in the end zone for the touchdown and a big score for the Alton Redbirds at the 5:57 mark.
And that's a big touchdown run right there on 4th down. 4th and goal from inside the 2. Redbirds are able to stuff it in with Kenny Jones. And just like we saw in the first half when Collinsville had the same situation and Alton kept him out of the end zone, then this time around, Alton's able to push it in.
Redbirds hit pay dirt again at the 5:57 mark. A 1-yard run by Jones. They're trying to go up 35-7 as Willings in to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap back. The kick is on its way and through the uprights, good. And the score is 35-7 in favor of the Alton Redbirds. We'll take a break and be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
What do I have to do to sell you a car today?
Stop by Roberts Motors in Alton, Illinois.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis as the Redbirds set to kick it away at the 5:57 mark of quarter number 3. Willings to tee it up, and he'll let it fly right down the middle of the field. Return man from the 10, bobbles it, picks it up at the 15, works his way to the 20, still on his feet across the 25, stopped just shy of the 30-yard line as number 5 on the return for the Collinsville Jayhawks as Chris Tidwell, the sophomore, 5'6", 130-pounder.
Well, that was the answer that the Alton High Redbirds needed right there. After Collinsville came out and looked really sharp with their first possession and put a touchdown on the board, Alton answers right back with a long drive, takes some time off the clock, and another 7 points on the board.
Here's Hawkins from the shotgun with 2 receivers off to the right, another to the left side. The single back McGarry behind him. He's going to roll right. Looking downfield, firing, and it's tipped away by Hook, and he had to go up high to get a piece of that one. What a play defensively by Hook.
Yeah, and that was a bullet thrown by Hawkins there as well, as he was really trying to squeeze it into a tight spot. And Hook did a nice job getting his hands on it.
Second down and 10 now. Hawkins from the shotgun, firing it in the flat, has a man, that's Borney, turns it upfield and gets hammered and dropped by Womack. Womack just leveled him at the 36.
Yeah, Womack's played a heck of a game tonight on both sides of the ball. That might have been the hardest hit of the night right there as Borney looked up and Womack was right in his face.
Third down and about 3. There's Hawkins. He's going to get dropped as he started to scramble out of the pocket. The Redbirds stop him from getting the first down and is going to set up a 4th down now for the Jayhawks.
I believe that was Bill Netzhammer on that tackle there. Pulled Hawkins down from behind and make it 4th down. Great job by big number 60.
Here's Hawkins hanging off right side. McGarry trying to get the first down. Did they stop him? It's going to be close. He had to get to the 40, and it looked like, we'll have to see where they mark it. It looked like he got just to the 40-yard line. McGarry using that body to stretch it out. I think they're going to have to bring the chains out here. Officials looking it over have yet to signal, and we'll see when they mark this one down. They may bring the chains out. Looks like they will.
I think he's going to have it by the nose of the ball.
Well, it's going to be a close one. They stretch it out, and a first down for the Collinsville Jayhawks.
Looked like that last little bit of effort there by McGarry was able to get the few extra inches he needed for that first down.
Here's Hawkins in the shotgun again, now 1st and 10 from the 39. Straight drop back. Looking downfield, now rolling out, firing and completing it. Downfield to Borney has the first down, still on his feet, and finally dropped at the 46.
Once again, Hawkins does a nice job rolling out to his right and finding his main target, Borney, downfield, connecting for a first down.
Borney, an outstanding receiver, leading this team in receptions and even more dangerous after he catches the football. Hawkins firing it again, completing it up the middle to the big tight end who fights his way down to the 35-yard line. That's number 44, Michael Luther, the senior, on the reception that time, and they move the chains again.
Yeah, the Collinsville offense here in the second half has been much more effective throwing the football, moving the ball down the field.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Hawkins rolling out left. Looking downfield, pumping and firing, and an incomplete. That's going to bring up a second down now for the Jayhawks.
Redbird secondary did a nice job on that play, containing the wide receivers downfield, and Hawkins didn't have much to throw to there. And by the time he picked it out as receiver, it was just a little bit too late, and he couldn't quite squeeze it in.
Second down and 10 now coming up for the K-Hawks. You can see where this offense could put up on a certain night 62 points. They've got some serious speed out there. But the Redbirds doing a nice job, and they put some solid hits on these guys too, and that'll slow you down a step. From the shotgun again. Ooh, nice job by Hawkins as he snags that snap by one hand. It was headed over his head. One-handed grabs it, tucks it in, fights his way forward. A flag on the play. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but it could have been a lot worse. Holding against Collinsville.
Yeah, you're right. It could have been a lot worse. He did a nice job of jumping up and catching that snap with one hand.
Hey, come on! Hey, Victor. Hey, Victor!
So now they'll mark it off back to about the 45-yard line. And that's where the K-Hawks will have it now, second down and 20. Hawkins dropping straight back and avoids the rush. Now rolling left, firing it, almost picked off by Womack. He threw that one into triple coverage and really caught a break there. Bad idea there by Hawkins.
Yeah, once again under pressure, was able to escape the pressure in the backfield, and then actually Womack should have had his second pick of the game right there.
3:43 on the clock as Hawkins waits from the shotgun. Looking left, now rolling right. Pressured, rolls out of the pocket, still on his feet. Dances around and is finally dropped before he gets to the 42, or before he gets to the 40 at about the 42.
Yeah, once again, a very nice job by the Redbirds secondary. They had every man covered downfield. And Hawkins just able to get about 3 or 4 yards out of that.
Here's Hawkins from the shotgun facing fourth down at 18. They've got to get to the 25. Hawkins dropping straight back and lets it fly down the left side. And let's see. Everybody goes up for that one and nobody comes down with it. Had 2 Redbird players down there and 2 Collinsville players. Nobody come up with that one.
Yeah, it looked like Hawkins just taking a shot there, throwing it to the end zone. Another nice ball thrown by him, but all 4 guys went up for it. Nobody could come up with it, and Alton High will take over on downs.
Another big defensive stand by the Alton Redbirds. Helped out by that holding call once again. As that marched Collinsville back and set them up with 2nd and 20, and they never could recover. Now the Redbirds back in that double-tied double wing. Under center is Williams with Jones in motion, and he'll hand it off inside to Robinson, who plows his way forward for a yard or so, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a play right there where really Robinson should have been brought down for a loss, as Collinsville did a great job of stopping that at the line of scrimmage, but the big fullback Robinson is able to fall forward and muscle forward for a gain of 1.5 yards.
2nd down at 9 now coming up for the Redbirds. In motion is Jones, and the handoff will go to Jones, who will try to get around the end. Does so. At the 50, turns it upfield and is pushed out of bounds. Jones has had an outstanding night tonight for the Redbirds.
He gave a nice little shoulder fake there to the linebacker Matt Reichert to get out around that corner. And then when it looked like he was going to have to go out of bounds, he was able to really cut the corner there and get upfield for about 8 more yards and pick up the 1st down.
Redbirds double tight, double wing again, facing 1st and 10 now with 2:13 on the clock from the Collinsville 44. The handoff inside to Womack. Trying to get around the end, has 1 man to beat, does so. Now trying to get around Borney, and he's taken out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, but picks up a few.
Good job by Borney there for Collinsville, stringing that play out down the line of scrimmage and able to push him out of bounds after a gain of just a few. Womack almost had that corner turned. Had he been able to get out around Borney there on that corner, he had nothing but green in front of him.
Williams back in the huddle now. We'll call a new play with 2:02 on the clock. 2nd down and 7 coming up for his troops. Double tight, double wing again. Robinson directly behind the quarterback, and the handoff going to Jones, who'll try and get around the end at the 40 to the 35, down to the 30-yard line. Stop there. And that is enough for another Alton Redbird first down.
Once again, number 54, Chris Crosno, out there leading the way for Kenny Jones. It's amazing to see him, how quick he gets out there around that corner and lays that first block for Kenny Jones and opens everything up for him when he gets around that end.
Redbirds stay in bounds this time, so the clock will continue to turn down to 1:45. Double tight, double wing. Williams under center, this time sends Hook in motion. The handoff, though, goes to Robinson, who puts his head down, works his way across the 30 up to about the 27-yard line.
When Williams came out from under center there, he kind of bumped into Hook when he went to give that handoff, which slowed the play down just a touch. Otherwise, I think Robinson might have made that a little bit bigger gain.
2nd down and 7 now for the Redbirds. From the 27. Double tight, double wing again. Man in motion is Jones, and he'll take the handoff. Nowhere to go this time, but turns it upfield somehow and gets to about the 25. He was stopped immediately as he took that handoff and somehow squirmed forward to the 25.
Yeah, Brady Hales of Collinsville had that play shut down in the backfield, and next thing you know, he was able to squirt free of him and get a gain of about 2 yards.
3rd down and 5 now coming up for the Redbirds. Williams will send Jones in motion again and hand it off to Robinson, who puts his head down, barrels his way forward, all the way down to about the 15. He's going to have a Redbird first down.
Yeah, once again, it looked like the Collinsville defense was thinking Kenny Jones around that outside, around that end, and Robinson had it up the middle and picked up big yardage there for a first down, and now they're back down inside the 20-yard line. The Redbirds looking to punch it in again for 7.
They seem to be really confident running right on this drive. Continue to hit that right side, and we see them hit it quite a bit here in the second half. Now looks like timeout on the field. That's the end of the quarter. Actually, as time runs out, with the Redbirds leading 35-7 after 3 quarters of play. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
The sun always rises, your dog will always love you, and the tax man always shows up. There are just some things in life you know you can depend on. So when you're ready to depend on someone for your life insurance, depend on me, Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. We may already insure your car and home, but your life insurance is one of the things that matters the most. For more information, contact my office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or online at tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Now only 1 quarter away, 12 minutes from bringing home their 2nd victory of the year. Keep in mind how explosive this Collinsville offense can be. As they send Jones in motion, the handoff going to Robinson right side, and he's taking tacklers with him all the way down to the 10-yard line, and a huge hole to run through again.
It's really been a good mix tonight by the Alton High coaching staff with the running backs. They give it to Robinson a few times in a row up the middle to bash some heads up there and tire him down a little bit, and then once they get a step on him, then they pitch it around that outside to Womack or Jones and fly around the corner. So really good mix here by Coach Hook and the Alton coaching staff tonight with the running backs.
Double tight, double wing again. Williams under center, sends Jones in motion, will hand it off to him. Jones, upfield he goes. First down, running room near the end zone. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Kenny Jones again. His 3rd touchdown of the night.
And once again, the offensive line was leading the way. Number 64, Jack Tateller, once again providing the big hole for Kenny Jones to follow and into the end zone. And number 33 is having an outstanding night running the ball behind that big offensive line.
Jones again. It's pay dirt. And the Redbirds trying to put 42 on the board now. So, well, it looks like they don't have their kicker out there yet. And so Williams is going to take a timeout. 11:16 on the clock. Fourth quarter action. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
100 Yes LCCC or log on to lc.edu and make Lewis and Clark your first choice.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. The extra point attempt is good by Willings to make it a 42-7 ball game in favor of the Alton Redbirds. And 3 touchdowns tonight for Kenny Jones.
Yeah, he's been amazing finding the end zone. All 3 running backs, like we've been talking about all night, have done a great job of running the ball. Kenny Jones has been able to find the end zone a little more than the others. And you just can't say enough about that offensive line for Alton High tonight. They just blowing the K-Hawks off the ball, opening holes up, play after play after play.
And Jones usually lines up as that left wingback and normally running to that right side. And the right side is paid off for 3 touchdowns for the Redbirds tonight. And even running left, you know, with Womack or Robinson, the Alton Redbird line has been good tonight. And so the Redbirds now set to kick it away with a 42-7 lead over Collinsville. Collinsville will have 2 men back deep at about their own 12-yard line. Here's Willings to kick it away. A high kick fielded at the 5. Up to the 10-yard line. The return man spins at the 15, still on his feet, finds his way forward, and is going to be stopped before he gets to the 20. The ball pops loose there, but I think they're going to mark him down at about the 18. 11 minutes on the clock for the Collinsville K-Hawks to do some damage here, down 42-7. They're going to have to score really quick now.
Yeah, they're going to have to score really quick, and then they're going to have to find a way to get that ball back a couple times. As Alton High's done a great job of just extending this lead. As we talked about at halftime, that was what they needed to do, and that's what they've come out here and done.
Collinsville from the shotgun with 2 receivers split left. Rolling left is Hawkins, looking downfield, pump fake. He's looking again, now pointing, now will tuck it in and run. And gets knocked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. That'll stop the clock at 10:58.
Yeah, Hawkins had Chris Marshall, wide receiver number 8, streaking down that left side. Had quite a bit of room out there, but he had to pull the ball down and move, though, because of the pressure of once again, the defensive line of the Redbirds.
Hawkins from the shotgun. Going to fire it out in the flat and complete it to Borney. Borney bobbled up and then taken down at about the 27-yard line. They're going to stop him shy of the first down.
Nice job by Tevin Cawley out there, number 32, bringing Borney down right about the time he caught the ball. I've seen plenty of times tonight that same play where Borney's able to break that first tackle and get down the field for about 10, 12 yards, but not that time. Tevin Cawley said, not while I'm out here.
It looks like the officials want to measure this one. It's going to be pretty close, but I'm going to say they're just shy this time. Nose of the football resting almost on that hash mark at the 29-yard line. It looked like to me the chains were stretched just past that hash mark on the sideline. But that's a long way for me to look, so I'm not banking on that. They'll stretch the chains out here at the 10:33 mark of quarter number 4. And it's going to be just shy.
Looks like about maybe 2 inches is all they're going to need.
3rd and inches coming up for the K-Hawks. Hawkins from the shotgun with a 3rd and 1 situation. And the handoff goes to McGarry, who's going to stick his head down and get the first down. Fight his way forward for a couple of more out to about the 33. That'll get the clock rolling at the 10:19 mark. Redbirds up 42-7. Hawkins waits on the snap, straight drop, fires, has Borney, bobbles it, but at the 25 takes a shot. Now flag flies and Borney stays down. He got hit hard.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be a face mask. It looked like he got ripped down by his face mask. Very, very hard. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was a thing where the hand just, I believe from number 32, Tevin Cawley, got it up in the face mask and just couldn't let go.
They'll mark it off. We'll see here. It looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So that's going to take it out to the midfield stripe, where Collinsville will have it 1st and 10, 10:05 on the clock.
Yeah, you can see Borney trying to stretch out that neck a little bit, rotate his head around. I mean, he felt that one.
From the shotgun, Hawkins sets up the O. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. Snap back, Hawkins going to run it. Going to try to get outside to the left. Turns it upfield at the 45 now. Knocked down before he gets to the 40. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a beautiful run there by Hawkins. It came to a screeching halt by number 7, Jarvis Smith, who really laid the wood to him there, about a yard and a half short of the 1st down.
Second down and 3 now coming up for the K-Hawks. Hawkins a straight drop, firing it across the middle, has Borney. Borney stumbles at the 20, now still on his feet, and finally knocked down at the 30-yard line, excuse me, not the 20.
Good pass there by Javon Hawkins, getting it into Borney. He ran the crossing pattern across the middle, put it right in stride on him, was able to pick up a few extra yards after the catch because of the way the ball was thrown.
1st and 10 for Collinsville. Now the clock ticking down to 9 minutes. Hawkins waiting on the snap with 2 receivers to his right side. A straight drop back. Hawkins looking now, steps up in the pocket, going to fire it, and fires it high, incomplete. Looking for Borney again. Down near the 15, he overthrew it.
Yeah, Borney was open. He had to throw off his back foot there, though, Hawkins did. Sailed just a little bit high on him and incomplete.
Second down and 10 now coming up for the K-Hawks. 8:58 on the clock. Here's Hawkins dropping back, looking over the middle and firing it incomplete, almost picked off by Womack. I think Womack was surprised that ball got to it.
Yeah, it looked like it handcuffed him. It looked like he was waiting for a deflection, and Borney didn't get his hands on it and hit Womack right between the 2 and the 3. And yeah, he's sitting down there. You can see him right now talking to himself. That's could have been what could be his 3rd pick of the game right there. He's dropped 2 and caught 1.
3rd and 10 now, and Hawkins hands it off to McGarry, who bobbles it and then pulls it in and works his way to about the 25-yard line. Going to be stopped shy of the 25, and it'll be 4th down and 6. 8:35 on the clock here, 4th quarter action. Redbirds up 42-7 over Collinsville. K-Hawks at the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to roll down to 8:20. And now, timeout on the field. Timeout for the Alton Redbirds with 8:20 to go. 4th down and 6. We'll take a timeout too. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
The sun always rises, your dog will always love you, and the tax man always shows up. There are just some things in life you know you can depend on. So when you're ready to depend on someone for your life insurance, depend on me, Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. We may already insure your car and home, but your life insurance is one of the things that matters the most. For more information, contact my office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or online at tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Public School Stadium. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. 4th down and 6 now for Collinsville, and Redbird coming across the line of scrimmage. And he's pointing towards the Collinsville player, so some movement up there somewhere, and we'll figure this one out. Looks like they're going to call this one on Collinsville as they mark off 5.
It's another big penalty there against Collinsville.
That'll set up a 4th down and 11 situation. Lots of mistakes for the K-Hawks tonight, and the Redbirds have capitalized. 42-7 they lead. From the shotgun, Hawkins dropping straight back. Now he's going to tuck it in and run it up the gut. At the 30, makes a move to the 35, down to the 20, and stopped at the 19. Shy of the first down. And the Redbirds will take over on downs. Well, they're going to say he got the first down, actually. So a first down. He got just enough for the first down.
Well, 4th and 11, and the quarterback keeps it. That's just the kind of athlete Hawkins is. He can make something happen whenever you think there's the play's collapsed.
The drive's still alive. 8 minutes on the clock, and here's Hawkins again, this time knocked down as he gets to the line of scrimmage. That'll set up a 2nd down and 10. .740 on the clock now as the K-Hawks line up. 3 receivers right side. Here's a handoff to McGarry, who's got a huge hole and pounds his way forward down inside the 10-yard line to the 8.
Nice strong run by McGarry there, right up the middle. Put his head down to contact and gained a couple extra yards for the first down. I believe it's going to be 1st and goal again for the K-Hawks.
They've been in this situation a couple of times tonight, and the Redbirds have done a nice job stopping them a couple times. Only 7 points on the board for this explosive offense. Here's a handoff to McGarry, left side. He'll work his way down to the 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. A busted play there, but they pulled it off.
Yeah, a little bit of a low snap there of the shotgun formation. Javon Hawkins did a nice job of picking that ball up off the ground and scooping it up and handing it off to McGarry.
Hawkins waits at the 10 for the snap. Another low one. McGarry takes it right side, puts his head down, and gets down to the 2. Stop there. And the tackler, Womack, looks like he's going to stay down. Well, they're going to help him up now. I was thinking earlier when McGarry come barreling through there how much fear may be in a defensive back's mind with that big guy coming at you.
Yeah, McGarry's definitely a big, strong running back there, and Alton High up to this point has done a very good job of containing him here tonight.
They'll probably try and pound him in there again. 3rd down and goal here. And this time it's going to be Hawkins who makes a move. He'll stick his head down, and will he get in? I don't think so. Nope, they're going to say he did. He just got in. Looked like they had him stopped, but he just got over the goal line. And 6 more on the board now for Collinsville.
Boy, what a nice move Hawkins put on number 13, Triplet of the Redbirds. It looked like he was going to have him, and he just sidestepped him and was able to sneak into the end zone. Can't say enough about the athleticism of Hawkins. He's the reason that they've even got 14 points on the board.
They will attempt the extra point. The kicker on to do the kicking is Nate Rodden, a junior. And now whistles blow and timeout called by the K-Hawks. They want to take a timeout here before the extra point. With 6:16 on the clock, maybe a player short or something. So the K-Hawks will talk it over here. They put 6 more on the board to make it a 42-13 ball game. We can probably expect an onside kick here once they get through the extra point attempt. As the K-Hawks got to get that football right back. 6 minutes is still plenty of time for this offense to score. The Redbirds, though, have done a nice job tonight on defense.
Yeah, I'm really sitting here more surprised by the way the Redbird defense has played as opposed to the Redbird offense.
Redbird defense has done a nice job of containing both Hawkins and Borney, two outstanding athletes on this field. The Redbirds have contained them tonight. Snap back. Here's a kick off the foot of the kicker for Collinsville. It's no good. Rawdon misses the extra point. The score remains 42-13 in favor of the Redbirds. 6:16 on the clock. We'll take a break and be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
A couple of guys with some good hands. Now the shift to the left side, and that's where the onside kick will go, and it's fielded by an up man at about the midfield stripe, and he's knocked down there, and that's where the Redbirds will have it. Good hands there up front by it looked like Hook that fielded that ball in the front line there for the Alton Redbirds.
I think it was actually number 86, Matt Kohler, the tight end, who scooped that up.
Good job by the Redbirds as they get the onside kick. And now we'll have it 1st and 10. They'll start in Collinsville territory at their 49. Under center is Williams. In motion is Jones. A handoff to Jones, right side, sticks his head down and barrels his way forward down to near the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down now for the K-Hawks.
You gotta believe you're gonna see a lot of that for the next 6 minutes out of the Alton Redbirds.
K-Hawk player stays down on the field, an injury. And that'll stop the clock at the 5:52 mark. And they'll attend to the Collinsville player who is yet to get up off the ground, holding his left knee. I can't say enough about that offensive line for the Alton Redbirds tonight. They've done an outstanding job, and it's paid off for them big time here on offense tonight for the Redbirds.
Well, you can tell the game plan for the Redbirds was to come in and run like it is most weeks and control that clock. And it was all going to depend on what the offensive line could do. And then they've come out here and done more than they could be asked of. Just blowing the purple off of the line of scrimmage each and every time.
And they line up again. Second down and about 6 yards here for the Redbirds. Ball marked just shy of the 45-yard line. Double tight, double wing again. And Williams taking his time, watching the clock run down to 5:28. And now a delay of game going to be called against the Redbirds. That'll stop the clock at the 5:27 mark. They'll mark it off 5 and set up a 2nd down and 12.
Against Alton, illegal seizure across the 5. It'll be 2nd and 12. For the Redbirds.
5:22 on the clock as the Redbirds come to the line of scrimmage. Williams under center. And he'll send Jones in motion. They'll hand it off to Robinson right side. Robinson puts his head down, gets across the 50 to about the 49. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. Clock rolls down to 5 minutes.
There's absolutely no hustle out of the Redbirds right now. Getting back to that huddle. They're just taking their own sweet time. Probably enjoying watching that clock run up there.
They're facing 3rd down and 10. They sure would like a 1st down here. They'll set up in that double tight double wing again. And they'll send Jones in motion again. He'll take it, trying the right side. Hit immediately, nowhere to go, stays on his feet, and now finally stopped for a yard or two loss.
Nice job there by the Collinsville linebacker, Matt Reichert, number 49. Getting in the backfield, tripping up Jones a little bit. Slowing him up just enough till his buddies could get there and finish him off.
Loss of 2 for the 12 Redbirds from L49.
Clock down to 4:07, and now they'll mark off a 15-yard personal foul penalty against the Redbirds. The Redbirds will have to punt it away. Punting unit onto the field for Alton. Ball marked all the way back to the 34-yard line. Punter on to kick it away from the 20. Return man waits at about the 30-yard line. Good snap back and the punt. Nice one.
Oh.
And that'll be fielded at about 35-yard line. On the return. And the return man knocked down about the 41, but there's laundry all over the field. Well, back near the 30.
I think the original call is going to be roughing the kicker and then the punter. And then the punter was a little bit upset about it, and he went after the guy who ran into him, and I think they might offset, although it looks like there could be 3 flags out there.
Well, I think one's a hat. 2 flags and a hat on the field. What's that add up to?
Well, we're about to find out.
We are about to find out.
The guy who threw his hat, though, originally threw his flag for roughing the punter. Then he threw his hat when I believe that was Drew Yale punting that time. The punter went after the guy who hit him, and that's when the hat came off. Now, the 3rd flag, I don't know where that came in from.
Okay, so if you throw a flag as a referee and you don't have another flag to throw, then you throw your hat.
I think we've learned that tonight.
I think we figured that out. And they sort it over at about the 40-yard line. They're talking to the Redbird captain. We'll see, though. They're talking to the K-Hawks as well.
Well, we got one ref talking to one coach and the other ref on the other sideline talking to another coach and trying to keep everything under control here.
They're marking it at the 34-yard line. I bet they play the down over. It's like offsetting penalties. So you got a roughing the kicker, and then you get a personal foul against the kicker. I don't think I've ever seen a punter go after the guy that's roughed him before. Maybe the first there.
All in the same play. First time you saw that. First time you saw the ref throw his hat.
I've seen refs throw their hats before, but I never put it together till now. I just figured it got rowdy out there and he lost it. Or he was angry. He just threw his hat down in disgust. I've seen them use their hat to mark the football before.
We still don't seem to have an explanation of what's exactly going to take place here. And now they're back over talking to the Collinsville sideline. But it does look like they're setting up the punt again.
I think they're checking his hat. Make sure it's okay. 4 officials huddle around the football at the 34-yard line. A long delay here as they sort this one out. The official still got his hat back on. Give him his hat. There we go.
Maybe that's been the long delay. He didn't know who had his hat. He's searching for it.
I think he had to go to the other sideline to talk it over with the Collinsville coach. Now it looks like they've got it sorted and he's got his hat back on.
Now they're moving the ball the other direction.
Okay, personal foul, roughing the kicker against the K-Hawks. Personal foul against the K-Hawks. And a personal foul against the Redbirds. So there you go. So offsetting penalties in the extra personal foul makes it a 15-yard penalty against the K-Hawks. And that's what the hat was for.
And the biggest thing is it makes it first down for the Redbirds.
That is
and
huge.
The K-Hawks will not be getting the ball back on this play.
That is huge, and that may sew up a victory for the Redbirds. Double tight, double wing, and Jones in motion. Right side. Nope, that's someone else into the ball game. He'll take the handoff and work his way across the 50-yard line. Looks like the Redbirds have put in some new players. Look like 24 at time of the carry. And that'd be Aaron Walker, the new quarterback into the ball game. Is Corbin Newquist. The Redbirds saving their starters at the 3-minute mark of quarter number 4, up 42-13. I bet they got that offensive line in still.
I don't know, but I'd like to know get the number on that new fullback. That's a heck of a big fullback the Redbirds got in there now, bigger than Robinson.
There's a handoff right side, and boy, he takes about 5 people with him as he works his way down to the 45-yard line.
Looks like it's 36, Myron Shelby.
A sophomore, 5'9", 220 pounds. That may be low, 220. I bet he goes at least 250.
Well, there's about 6 K-Hawk defenders who know how big he is because he just carried him about 6 yards on that play.
Comes up to line up behind Newquist, the quarterback. Double tight, double wing again. 3rd down and 4. In motion. And now the handoff right up the gut again, and he pounds his way forward down to shy of the 40-yard line. And he stops shy of the first down. That's Shelby again. Myron Shelby, the sophomore. 4th down and 2 now for Alton at the 1:44 mark of the 4th quarter. Clock continues to roll. The Redbirds are going to get their 2nd victory of the year here on senior night at Public School Stadium. Redbirds will improve to 2-5 and have their first conference win as they'll improve to 1-4 in the conference. Here's a handoff right side again to Shelby, and Shelby's close to the first down as he gets to the 40. We'll have to see where they mark his forward progress. Took about 6 guys, but they did push him back a little bit. So he missed the first down. It's going to be shy, and now the K-Hawks will get it back with 1:15 to go.
Well, as big and strong as Shelby is, you can tell, though, he does not have the feet that Robinson has. Robinson, for a big guy, has very good feet. Quick feet and able to jump over guys, move around guys. Something Shelby, who is only a sophomore, will just have to work on a little bit.
So 1:15 left to go in this ball game. And the Redbirds turn it over on downs as they send their defense out of the field. Coming up next, tape delayed action of the East Alton Wood River Oilers at Southwestern to take on the Piasol Birds. That game coming up here in just a few minutes. Redbirds trying to sew this one up with 1:15 to go. Timeout on the field.
It's just a matter of running that last 1:15 off the clock. Everything else seems to be decided. Big lead for the Redbirds up here, 42-13.
K-Hawks will have a new quarterback in there as well. It looks like number 9, Sam Calvin, going to run the O now. He waits on the snap and rolls right. Looking downfield, firing and completing it to Borney. Borney close to a first down as he's stopped at about the 48-yard line. We'll see where they mark this one. He may have a first down.
It's a pretty good throw there by the new quarterback, Sam Calvin.
Came in and fired a bullet right to Borney, and it's just shy of the first down, 2nd down and 1. Calvin will wait on the snap again at about his own 45-yard line. Low snap, he handles it well, rolls right, looking downfield, lets it fly, has a man, and completes it to him as he goes out of bounds at about the 18-yard line.
Good throw on the play again by Sam Calvin. He rolled to his right and found number 7, Cameron Cushel, streaking down the sideline. Put it right over that inside shoulder, and a nice catch before he fell out of bounds.
Down to 38 seconds now. Calvin 2 for 2 right off the bat. That's 2 first downs. Actually, they didn't get the first down last time. Here's Calvin looking left now, firing it across the middle. Has Borney into the end zone. Touchdown. So Calvin comes in, goes 3 for 3, and puts 6 up.
And he finds the main man again out there catching the ball, Borney, number 20, as he comes across the middle open. Calvin fires a strike right under the numbers as he crosses the goal line, and Collinsville's able to put another touchdown on the board before this game's over.
16-yard touchdown pass to Borney. Calvin to Borney, and Calvin comes in, goes 3 for 3, and puts 6 on the board as they set up for 2 now. Calvin waits on the snap, rolling right. Now rolling back to the left side, looking, has a man in the end zone, fires and completes it. Good for the 2-point conversion as he gets it to Chris Marshall. And that makes it a 42-21 ball game.
Calvin did a nice job there on that 2-point conversion, avoiding the pressure a little bit, moving his feet as well, getting around to the outside and making that pass.
Well, Sam Calvin, the junior, comes in to put 8 up. And now it looks like a personal foul against the Jayhawks. Still 32.8 seconds to play here.
I think it was after the conversion. I think conversion will still stand, and then a personal foul at the end of the play.
You got to feel pretty good if you're the Jayhawks when you got a guy like Javon Hawkins, your starting senior quarterback, and then a guy like Calvin to come in off the bench, a junior.
Yeah, how about that? It's 3 for 3, and he was about 3 for 3 for about 50, 55 yards there in a touchdown.
And quick. Did it about 40 seconds. Put 6 on the board. Still 32.8 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Well, the scoreboard looks like as if the game's over, but you know Coach Hook will feel a lot better if they can fall on this onside kick and then just go back out there and kneel on the ball.
They've got their prevent guys back out there in the front line again. The guys with the good hands people. Collinsville going to have to kick this one away from their 25. Collinsville to attempt the onside kick. And it's Hawkins to do the kicking. And off an Alton player and back to Collinsville. They're going to get the football. Collinsville will get it back with 29.9 seconds left.
Very nice kick there. The onside kick was kicked perfectly. I believe that was Javon Hawkins.
It was Hawkins. He can do it all.
So he kicks the onside kick, but then he goes and takes a seat, and Calvin will come back onto the field to quarterback the offense.
Well, it was less than 30 seconds to play. You need somebody that can put up quick 6. I think they both could handle the job, but Calvin in there to finish up. Low snap. Calvin stumbles, picks it up though. Now in trouble. Throws, and it's tipped and intercepted. Intercepted by Womack at the 41, and he'll work his way back to about the 45 where he stopped and dropped with 15.2 seconds left in this ball game.
Great job once again by the defensive line there, putting some pressure on Calvin. He had to scramble out. Couldn't find his receiver in time, and when he let it go, it was a little bit high. Ball was tipped, and Jacoby Womack with his second interception of the night. He has been all over the place as number 23 for the Alton Redbirds.
Well, the Redbirds will take a knee, and this one should be in the books. 42-21 looks like going to be our final score. The Redbirds come to the line of scrimmage, just need to snap the football, and this one's in the books. This is where it's horrible to be the center. So everyone's headed for you. They're going to hand it off right side to the big guy. And he'll pound out a yard or two for the final play here. That'll run the clock out. The final score, 42-21 in favor of the Alton Redbirds. They win it here tonight at Public School Stadium. We'll be back to wrap it up after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sport.
In Alton or online at riverBender.com.